guys, Marsingan here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are doing the Battle of Wits stage of Super Battle Road that released today on Global. I did do a team building guide for it yesterday, and at the end of that guide I did talk about the fact that you are able to make a full Dragon Ball Heroes team with units that are also on the Battle of Wits category, mainly because Hearts is on the category, right, and he's the leader. I think one or two of the other characters do have a Dragon Ball Heroes leader skill, but with a lower percentage. But obviously Hearts is the best one to use, right, because he's a 200% leader. He's giving all of the Heroes units a 200% leader skill. And the thing is, like, obviously this is a no item run, you can tell by the thumbnail and the title. I pretty much, when these new stages come out, only do the no item run videos now, because, you know, we got to keep the trend going, the whole Super Battle Road King thing. I mean, nowadays these stages are definitely not as difficult as they used to be. I do kind of, as much as some of them were super frustrating and took many attempts, I kind of enjoyed it a bit more when it was a challenge, right? Because some of these, especially now with the release of 200% leads, are not really that difficult anymore. Like, for example, on that rotation, Super Pycon was the worst possible unit that could have taken a super. He's the one that took a super, but we're still here with just over 50% HP. Unfortunately, if it was a little bit lower, we would have triggered the heal from the Demon Goddess Toa, which is another useful factor on the team. Because remember, Hearts has guard for 5 turns. And in Super Battle Road, you're pretty much never going to go longer than 5 turns, right? Which means that he has guard for the entire battle. So he just holds down slot 1 by himself, and then, you know, everyone else around him just does their thing, right? Fu, after his easy A, not only does crazy amounts of damage now, like 9 million attack stat there on the additional super attack, but he seals the enemy super attack, which is obviously still an ability that is super useful in Super Battle Road, because pretty much when it comes to Super Battle Road, the things that end your runs are the wrong unit taking a super attack, right? So sealing is obviously very powerful. And then Hearts does actually have an ability where he has a chance to stun all of the enemies as long as you have the extreme crossover rotation. So that does happen a couple of times throughout the run as well. In fact, I think, because he can stun on super attack, I don't think he actually gets a stun on his super in the entire run, which is unfortunate, but obviously we didn't really need it. I tweeted out a screenshot of this run earlier today, because the stage released UK time, it was 6:30 AM, and I was already at work. So basically, as soon as it came out, I recorded this run on my phone, and this literally was like the first attempt. Like, this team absolutely destroyed this stage. Sealus is a super good unit to have in slot 2 next to Hearts. They share a couple of links, including Big Bad Bosses, which obviously very important link, gives a ton of extra stats. He does a ton of damage, he has built-in dodge. And again here in the second fight, the worst possible unit to take a super on the rotation takes the super, which is Darkness Toa. But we still end up in a pretty good situation here. Unfortunately, because of the key placement on this turn, we can't actually get a super attack with Hearts if we put him in slot 1. So I was just contemplating there whether to take the risk with Fu. If you're running a full team of time traveler units, which we are, Fu does have a pretty high dodge chance. It's just the fact that he does get most of his defense on super attack. But obviously, as we've already seen with the 200% lead, see, even in slot 1 before supering, he doesn't dodge one of the attacks, but he still only takes double-digit damage, and then he just comes back with an 8.5 million attack stat and finishes off the enemy. So Hearts coming in, deals some decent damage here to Great Ape Farsha. I think it's an interesting set of enemies for this particular stage, having the 5 Great Ape members of Team Bardock. And when it comes to Super Pycon and his inclusion on the team, I guess I should really explain, because Hearts, you really want to build a full extreme team with him. And when I looked at the Heroes roster, there isn't enough extreme units. Now, some people, after I posted the screenshot earlier, some people sent me theirs, and other people who like to, you know, carry on keep pushing that heroes agenda using this team as well. I completely forgot that because Hearts has Time Traveler, his leader skill is Time Travelers and Dragon Ball Heroes with the extra 30% crossover, which means any Time Traveler crossover units get the 200% leader skill from him, and that includes units like the Tech Toa, who is another support unit. So you could actually run her as a slot 3 support unit, and then you would have a full extreme crossover team, which means Hearts would be getting all of his buffs all the time. When he has a super unit on rotation with him, the only thing he really misses out on is the extra support that he gives from his passive and the extra stun chance, which, I mean, both of those things are obviously useful. But yeah, Toa is a little bit on the weak side, the Tech Toa. It absolutely is doable with her, because like I say, I've seen screenshots of people's teams, but I figured rather than run her, I would run a super type heroes unit, and there's a couple to pick from on Battle of Wits. Super Saiyan 4 Vegito's on there, so he could be useful as a slot 3 unit, especially when it comes to countering supers, because obviously in that first fight, Super Pycon ate a super attack. Super Saiyan 4 Vegito could have potentially countered that. Or you could run God Trunks, he's on Battle of Wits as well. He can be quite useful on this build because if you have a full heroes rotation, he's a rainbow orb changer, which is obviously very useful, and he seals as well. But the reason why I decided to include Pycon over those two is both of those units, Vegito and God Trunks, they are fierce battle units. But with the rotations that I'm running, with Hearts in slot 1 and then Sealus and Fu in slot 2, both Sealus and Fu are shattering the limit units. So by bringing Pycon, he shares shattering the limit with them. Not only gives them a little bit of extra key, but the little bit of extra stats, because obviously all my units are full level 10 links. And then when it comes to Super Battle Road Tech, Super Pycon gets a 70% chance to get an additional super attack if there are multiple enemies, and his super attack effect is to greatly lower the enemy's attack. So obviously, if he's double supering the same enemy, ideally you obviously want to target whoever's attacking him, and then he's going to greatly lower their attack, potentially twice, or even 3 times, because obviously if that part of his passive goes off, you can still get the hidden potential additional as well. So he can potentially super attack 3 times in one turn, greatly lower the enemy's attack multiple times, and then obviously that means he's going to take less damage on the way back. So we weren't able to stun Pyo Broly on that last turn, so Super Pycon taking 90k from a normal attack. In that situation, obviously if it was a super, we probably would be dead. And obviously that's where maybe God Trunks, who would have had type advantage, or Super Saiyan Vegito, who could have potentially countered, may have been a better option. I guess even Tech Toa, she does have the type advantage, but you have to remember, like, pre-Easy A, her stats are very, very low. I was really hoping they were going to Easy A her, the Int Demigra and the Physical Mirror alongside all the hero stuff, because last year they released quite a lot of buffs for the crossover team at the same time as the Hero Celebration, whereas this time unfortunately they did not. But as you can see, this team more than capable of taking out this stage. Like I say, this was literally a one and done attempt. We get the mission clear come up at the end. So yeah, keeping that Dragon Ball Heroes agenda going. Any future Super Battle Road stages or any missions that we get added for, like the Legendary Goku event, Legendary Vegeta event, all that kind of stuff, any of these missions in the future that can be done with a Dragon Ball Heroes team, then you guys know that's the way I'm going to get it done. So there you go. Battle of Wits, Super Battle Road, beaten with no items, with the full Dragon Ball Heroes team. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. What team did you use for your run? Whether you used items or not, let me know your team build down below in the comment section. One step closer to getting that Vegeta family support memory. Obviously Global, we're still like 7 stages away, but definitely looking forward to having that to be able to use, although I guess with the way they're releasing these stages, we're not going to have that until at least, what, like halfway through next year, but at least we are one step closer. So let me know your teams and your experience with the stage down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.